So transliteration is just a way of writing the characters in one script into a different script. So in our case, we're writing Hebrew in English, and so we're using the Latin or the Roman alphabet to represent the Hebrew characters. So what you have in Seow on page 1 is a standard scholarly way of doing this. So if you're ever reading a commentary or a book and someone is putting Hebrew characters into English, you'll probably find it italicized, like the word italicized, and then these will be the letters that you'll find that match with a Hebrew sign or letter. So the important thing to know is that a lot of the letters sound the same, right? So a samic is represented with an S in English, so that's great, that's easy to remember for us, but it's not just how that's done. So you don't simply write how a letter sounds. So for example, a shin, in English we have not a single letter to do that sound, but we use S and H. But we're putting this into just a single letter. So some of the transliterations into English are not going to be intuitive for you. So those are the few that I'm going to point out here, but basically you just need to memorize this, the transliteration list that's in Seow on page 1. So I'm going to point out a couple things. First is for the Begad Kafat letters, like bait, when you have the dogish, that's transliterated with a B. When you don't have the dogish, or the little dot in the middle, it's transliterated with a B and an underscore underneath. So that's the case for all of the letters like that. It'll be the same with Gimel, Dalet, Kaf, and Pei, and Tav. The other things to note are the aleph and the ayin. This is not intuitive. So an aleph, the transliteration looks like an apostrophe, and the ayin looks like a backwards apostrophe. So that can be tricky. Just memorize those. And then pay close attention to the S letters, so the letters that have similar sounds. So your samic and your sin and your sheen and your tzadi. Those are all done with an S, but the tzadi has the dot underneath the S, and the sin has the, slanted dash accent type thing over top. So pay attention to that. Same thing with hey and het, and with tet and tav. So just pay close attention to those and memorize the chart on page 1, and you'll be set.